Hello everybody, my name is Sheikh Jiang. I am a journalist living in France, in Paris, the capital city of France. Well, I'm here to give my opinion to what is happening in this country. I'm here today to talk about the Yellow Vest riot, which is probably changing the landscape, the political landscape of France. People have been watching what is happening in this front, what is unfolding in this country, might probably ask the question, is France heading towards a civil war? I don't know. I'm not here to say that this country is going to a civil war or not. I'm not here to say that this country is already living or experiencing a civil war atmosphere or not. But all I know is that what is happening in this country is so dangerous that if tomorrow it leads to a civil war, I would not be surprised. I personally would not be surprised. French people are really very, very angry. And everybody knows that when French people are angry, everybody is informed about that. Everybody knows that they are really angry. Because France is a country which is so blocked, is so locked and locked up by the media, that when people really wants to break everything down, everybody know that these guys are really here to break everything down. And I think that these people are here to change everything and to make everything look really different. The situation in France is absolutely chaotic and absolutely dramatic. It's absolutely dangerous. I am afraid that Mr. Macron will have to step down. Will not finish his first term. That's my opinion. I may be right, I may be wrong, but I personally believe that if this anger from the people does not change, if this movement does not stop fighting for its rights and asking for Mr. Macron to go away, I think Mr. Macron will have to listen to what the people want. And what the people want right now is that the president goes away. For a time being, Macron is controlling the country. He has a control over the country. He's controlling the army. He's controlling the police. He's controlling the institutions. But for how long? That's my question. How long will Macron have a total control over France? Because I personally believe that if the situation does not change, if this anger from the people does not change, I personally believe that before the end of 2019, Macron will not be the president of France. The situation, ladies and gentlemen, is very dangerous. It's very dangerous. And anything might happen. We are probably going to a civil war. We're probably going to a religious war. We're probably going to another scenario, I don't know. But all I know is that the political landscape of this country is changing drastically, dramatically, and it's highly likely that Macron is not the right man for a time being for the French people. And there's a little reaction from Germany, a little reaction from the United States, there's a little reaction from other European countries. Everybody is watching what is happening. Because everybody knows that the people of France is fed up with this government, and the people of France cannot stand aside and look what is happening right now. There is so much social injustice in this country. Everybody is suffering. Everybody is suffering. People are paying taxes, more and more taxes. People are paying a lot, and people are not earning enough money to live in dignity. And this is the real problem of France today. As it happened in Greece, as it happened in Spain, as it happened in Italy, and as it will happen probably in some years to come in Germany. Everybody knows that when French people are really angry, they are really angry. And for a time being, I'm telling you that they are fed up and they want the situation to change very quickly. And when they first started this movement on November 17th, they were saying that they just wanted the president to reduce the taxes, okay, gasoline taxes and so on. And now they're asking for more, because today they're saying that not only will the government reduce the taxes, but they also have to make a very, let's say, very drastic, very radical political changes, or they will not stop the movement. And if the movement doesn't stop, I personally believe that Macron will not be able to run this country. The situation is complicated for the time being. I'm not really sure that Macron will be able to run this country for long. I don't know what is going to happen. I'm not a prophet. But all I know is that from now on, things have changed. And Macron should, that's my point of view, step down if he does not want this country to head into chaos. And the situation is dire. People are very angry. Some people have been injured severely. Others have been beaten by police officers. And in the government, people are, nobody knows exactly what this government is doing. That contradiction counts at a time. Okay, when Macron says I'm gonna meet with some of the members of this movement, the interior minister says we're not going to receive anybody. We have very conflicting accounts from in the same government, and people are laughing. The media is trying to do everything it can to kill the movement, but the problem of the media is that the media doesn't know if that's a left movement or left-wing movement or that's a right-wing movement. And this makes very, very, very complicated for the media to control the situation and to be able to kill it. The media cannot kill the movement for the time being, because that's the people's anger we are seeing right now on television, on the streets of the country, and on other parts of the country. And I think that's the end for Macron. I'm sorry guys to say that, but I think that's the end for this country and for this government. Not for this country, but for this government. Because people understood just before Macron was elected president, they understood perfectly well that Macron was going to be the president of this country, but that he was not the right man to lead this country. They all knew that Macron was a puppet. I'm not saying that that's what French people say, who have been elected president by the media and by the oligarchy, by the European Union. And today Macron is just applying the decisions of the European Union, and the application of those decisions means more taxes for people, less jobs, and less salaries, less wages. And I think in France people cannot accept it anymore. The situation is very complicated, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Very complicated situation we're living today. And I'll be here again to comment the situation and give my opinion. But all I know is that Macron has lost the battle. Will he lost the war? I'm not sure, and I don't know. But I personally believe that today, that's an information I'm going to give you, 80% of the French population is supporting the movement. The movement is supported by 80%, more than 80% of the population, which means that Macron has very little support. And I'm not going to say, and I'm not really sure that Macron will have to stand the situation for a long time. Okay, this situation is not a very easy one to tackle, and I think the only option for Macron, the only option left for Macron, is to step down and to leave this country. Will he do that? I'm not sure, but I know that the French people are not ready to step down, are not ready to put a stop to this movement, because they are knowing that, they understand that they are fighting for their rights, and they know exactly that the people is with them, and they know that if they put more pressure, it is highly likely that French Macron will step down and will lose the battle. He has lost the battle for a time being, but I don't know how long will he have to stay running this country. But we have to come back here and comment it. Thank you very much, and have a good day, guy. Goodbye.